The story started with the Holy Sword Party, an adventure party exploring a cave. One team member, Albal, asked the main character Yakumo if he was scared, as he was way too tense for just a goblin cave. Yakumo said that the place was huge, and if they were surrounded, they would be in trouble, as there could be a whole group of goblins. Albal said that it would be a breeze since there were 4 of them. Camilla, another party member, said that they might be bottom-tier F-rank adventurers, but they were members of the up-and-coming Holy Sword Party. Another party member, Dazzle, said that goblins were just target practice for his throwing knives. Just then, the goblins arrived. The party got ready and attacked the goblins. Albal swung his blade, but some zombies got behind him. Yakumo decided to cover her. Albal scolded her, telling him not to underestimate him, and telling him to move it as he was finishing this. Just then, Yakumo saw that Dazzle was going to get hit from behind by a goblin. He came in between and got hit instead. He fell down and realized that the goblin's hammer inflicted mental damage. Albal came and defeated the goblin. He scolded him, asking what he was doing struggling against mere goblins, and said he would not let her use a potion for such minor injuries. Yakumo thought to himself that he could not become a strong adventurer if he rested over an injury like this. After a while, when all the goblins were defeated, their leader, Curses, came and told them that they were not bad for defeating 20 goblins, but told them not to think for a second that this would be enough to satisfy him, as he needed them to get stronger than this. Albal came forward, saying they were going to hit S rank in no time. Curses called him confident and said he had been watching them all for 30 days since they joined, and today he was certain that there was a problem with this party. Albal asked what exactly was wrong with them, and Curses pointed to Yakumo, saying that the paper user right there was the problem. He told him that his ability to manipulate paper was an incredibly rare skill, but that ability was not strong, as the paper he materialized disappeared after time passed, and that would only serve to buy fleeting moments of time. Moreover, he possessed no other useful skills, which meant they could not expect much from his future potential. He explained that skills were special abilities that every human manifested at least one of during childhood. There were many varieties, ranging from combat to daily life, such as plant cultivation. He said that the other 3 possessed multiple powerful combat skills, had good sense, and showed great promise for the future. He told Yakumo that he had no future. Yakumo said that even without combat skills, if he worked hard, he could become strong. He said that even without strength enhancement, if he trained every day, his strength would increase. Curses said he knew that, but those with combat skills had an overwhelming advantage, and he doubted someone like him, with only a useless skill, could even reach D rank no matter how hard he tried. He told Yakumo that he had high hopes for him. However, he had realized that the paper master was a trash skill, and he was of no use to them. As he left, Yakumo pleaded with him to wait, saying his paper user skill was useful in combat too. But Curses told him to save his excuses, as his banishment had already been decided. Yakumo was surprised to hear that he was banished. Albal came and said that it was too bad and told him good luck with another guild, but Dazzle said that he doubted Yakumo would even be able to join another guild. Curses grabbed the other 3 and said that this was where they parted ways, and they would be walking separate paths from now on, but he wished him the best of luck. Yakumo wondered why it turned out like this, and if it was because his paper user ability was not recognized. The paper user ability was a skill that used mana to materialize and manipulate paper. The duration and strength could be altered by the amount of mana, but his base mana was not high. He thought that if his base mana were higher, he could reinforce the paper into various shapes and materialize them. He thought that if only he had a skill that enhanced magic instead of paper user, then he might have had a chance of becoming a mage or a magic swordsman. He then saw that he was still in pain from the battle and wondered if he should go see a magic doctor. Yakumo went to the North District Orphanage in Tansa City. There, his childhood friend Lilith greeted him. She came to him and asked if he was taking the day off from adventurer work today. Yakumo lied and said yes. She looked at him and asked if something had happened. When Yakumo asked what she meant, she told him that he seemed a little down. Yakumo covered up, saying that it might be because he hit his head during the fight with the goblin, but he barely bled and was totally fine. Lilith believed him, and Yakumo left, saying he would go say hi to Director Flora. He went to Flora, where Flora greeted him and asked if he had come there to see the children. Yakumo gave her a bag of money and told her to use it. Flora thanked him but asked if he was sure about this, as he had just made a donation the other day. Yakumo said he was working hard as an adventurer, so this much was fine. Flora told him that he had grown into a fine young man. She said that if he had not gotten sick as a child, he might have become S rank, as after all, He had possessed 2 unique skills. Yakumo asked if it was not the fever when he was 4 that made him lose one of his skills. Flora confirmed this, saying he had had a high fever for over 5 days then. He was crying about how much his head hurt. And when he finally recovered, his maximum magic power skill was gone. Yakumo now understood what had happened. Flora said that everyone was so surprised, saying they had never heard of someone having 2 unique skills, but she was just glad he did not lose his paper user skill too. Yakumo said that was true, but if he had to choose, he wished his maximum magic power skill was the one that had stuck around. Flora told him that it would be okay, as even without a powerful skill, he could become a strong and splendid adventurer. Yakumo asked her if she really thought so, and she said yes, as ever since he decided to become an adventurer, he had been training his body every day and researching his paper user ability, so she was sure all that effort would pay off. She told him that she believed in him. Yakumo went outside, where he was greeted by the other orphan kids. They called him Big Brother Yakumo and asked him to play with them. He chose one kid among them named Manya and asked her what she wanted to play. Manya said she wanted to play something fun. Yakumo thought and suggested that they play a game of chasing birds. At first, Manya was confused by this, but when Yakumo used his skill to create an origami bird, the children got excited and chased the bird that floated in the air. Yakumo saw them and thought that everyone looked cheerful, but he noticed that they were so thin and their clothes were faded. He knew he had to earn more money so he could increase his donations. At night, in the forest near the town of Tansa, Yakumo rested beneath a tree, thinking to himself that he had donated just to show off, and now he was too broke for an inn. He knew he had to go to the Adventurers Guild tomorrow and find some work. He decided to catch some fish after his nap, but saw that his pain was not subsiding. He fell to the ground and knew he might be in trouble. His vision got blurry, and he wondered if he was going to die. He remembered the orphanage and thought that he did not want to die yet, as he had finally become an adventurer and was finally able to repay Headmistress Flora. After a while, he woke up and saw that he was okay. His head felt clear, and he wondered what had happened to him. Just then, a giant chimera approached him, and Yakumo wondered why it was so close to the town. He fired his paper at the chimera by reflex, but the paper started cutting the chimera. Yakumo was surprised by this and wondered how he could materialize so much paper. The chimera healed and used fire magic. Yakumo started worrying, as this was a bad matchup for paper, but he knew running away was not an option, and he had to fight. He did not know the cause, but he knew he still had some basic mana left. He created a large amount of paper swords and launched them at the chimera, killing it. Yakumo was shocked to see that he had defeated the chimera. He was unable to believe it, as just shaping paper into a sword and reinforcing it should have required 3 times the normal amount of mana, and he did not have that kind of power. He wondered if this was a dream. He knew this made no sense, even if he had a mana reinforcement skill. He then remembered his lost skill from when he had a fever as a child and said that maybe it was possible with mana maximization, the superior skill to mana reinforcement. He opened his stat screen to check his mana and was shocked to see it at 7.25 million. He knew this was absurd, as it was over 4,000 times his original base mana, and he assumed that the effect of mana maximization had activated. He asked himself if this was really happening to him. He knew that with the mana maximization skill, he could materialize all kinds of paper, even durable, hard paper, or paper imbued with special elemental effects. He looked up at the sky with hope as he realized that he might be able to get stronger. In the morning, Yakumo arrived at the Tansa Town Adventurers Guild. He asked the receptionist there if there were any parties recruiting members. The receptionist asked him if he was looking to join a party. Yakumo confirmed this, saying he was an F-rank adventurer. The receptionist said that if that was the case, he would be looking for a party that was considering training rookie adventurers, but right now there were no parties recruiting. Yakumo got sad hearing this. The receptionist recommended a small party instead of a guild, as it was safer than taking on requests solo. Yakumo asked if there were any places recruiting. Just then, a voice came from behind, saying that there was no way any party would take an adventurer with only a trash skill. It was Albel who greeted Yakumo and said it must be tough looking for new teammates. Albel told everyone at the guild that Yakumo was judged to have no future potential and got kicked out of his guild. Everyone was surprised to hear that he got kicked out. Albel said that it just went to show how useless Yakumo was, as his skill was only materializing paper. The other adventurers looked at Yakumo and said no one would want a guy like him in their party, and they all laughed. Albel also teased him, calling him a paperboy. The other adventurers told him tough luck, saying that if he had a strong unique skill, he might have made S rank. Albal said that Yakumo had zero battle sense, so it was impossible for him even with strong skills. Albal started boasting about himself, saying the one reaching S rank would be him, with his 3 combat skills. Everyone was surprised, saying 3 was rare, and that he was going to be strong. Albal said that was the plan, and he did not intend to rely on skills alone after all. People asked him if he wanted to join their party, but he denied it, saying that it was not going to happen as he was already a member of the Holy Sword Party. People were surprised to hear about the Holy Sword Party, saying their leader was S rank, plus they had 3 A ranks, and they said that Albal was a cut above them. Yakumo left the guild in anger. Later he took a medicinal herb gathering job that even an F rank could accept, but he was not happy about it. He knew that for now, he just had to do things the hard way. He thought that if he could somehow rank up to E rank, maybe he could join a party somewhere. After a while of gathering herbs, he thought that should cover the request quota, so he decided to head back, as even if he had to camp out, it was safer than the town. Just then he heard a monster's roar and rushed toward it. He saw a 2-headed lizard attacking a girl. Yakumo knew that it was a dangerous fire-breathing monster and recalled that its claws carried a paralyzing poison. He saw that the girl had her right leg injured. He stepped in between and decided to protect the girl. The girl asked him who he was, and he introduced himself, saying she looked hurt, but asked if she could fight. The girl apologized, saying she was an alchemist, but she had ended up breaking her magic ring. Yakumo said he understood. Just then, the lizard started charging up flames. Yakumo realized that it intended to breathe fire. He decided to materialize paper imbued with the water attribute and fire it at it, but the fire tore through his paper like it was nothing. Yakumo realized that he was at a disadvantage and knew he had to get out of there. He ran away, telling the girl that he would draw its attention so she could run while she still could. The lizard chased after him and attacked him with its tail. Yakumo barely managed to dodge and threw his dagger at the lizard's neck. He saw that it did not cut deep, but it looked like it left a scratch. He decided to combine his paper with wind magic and a formula to fold it. He made 4 edged stars and threw them at the lizard, damaging it a lot. Just then, the lizard started burning from fire and went down. Yakumo saw that he had somehow managed the encounter. Just then, the girl came and thanked Yakumo for saving her life, introducing herself as Almine, an advanced alchemist, and saying she was also qualified as a C-rank adventurer. She said that she was gathering alchemy materials when she ran into that thing, and she seriously thought she was going to die. She called Yakumo strong, saying that the attack he had just done was a unique skill. Yakumo told her that it was a skill that let him manipulate paper. He then asked her if her leg was okay. She told him that she thought she could manage to walk. Yakumo told her that he would walk her home, as even an F-rank adventurer was better than no guard at all. Almine was surprised to hear that he was F-rank, saying she had assumed he was C-rank or higher since he took down that 2-headed lizard so easily. Yakumo said that it was too close of a fight, and Almine called him humble. She said she wanted to thank him, and Yakumo told her not to worry about thanking him, as this was what adventurers did. Almine said she liked that answer, and after they arrived at her place, she decided to give him a coin, saying this was thanks for saving her. Yakumo was surprised to see a gold coin, saying this was way too much. He thought that he could stay at an inn for 10 days with this coin. Almine told him to take it, as if he had not saved her she would have died. Yakumo tried to deny it, but Almine told him that she wanted to show him how generous she could be. Yakumo was confused to hear that she wanted to show him something. Almine said that she wanted to do so because she wanted him to join her party. Yakumo was surprised to hear that Almine was a party leader. She told him that there were only 2 of them so far. Yakumo asked her if she was sure she wanted him in her party. She said of course, as he fit the criteria. Yakumo asked about the criteria, and she explained to him that first, he had to be strong, and more importantly, he had to be trustworthy. She said that Yakumo had saved her when she was being attacked, even though he could have died. He asked if that was not normal, but Almine told him that there were very few people who would try to save someone when their own lives were on the line, and that was exactly why he was someone she could trust. He asked her what her goal was in gathering companions. She told him that her goal was to build up a track record with a party and earn the right to enter the Great Labyrinth of Chaos, also known as the Adventurer Killing Dungeon, which was north of Tansa Town. The Great Labyrinth of Chaos was the largest dungeon on the continent, with over 100 confirmed floors, and no one had ever reached the bottom. After thousands of adventurers lost their lives, the Kingdom of Rest decided to take control of it. Currently, only 7 parties and 8 guilds recognized by the state were continuing the exploration. Yakumo asked her why she wanted to enter such a place, and she told him that the biggest reason was her father. Her father was an alchemist, and he went missing in the Great Chaos Labyrinth 7 years ago. Normally, people would think he was dead, but Almine did not want to give up until she saw it with her own eyes. She told him that there was another reason too. There was a rumor that the orb of the celestial dragon was in the treasury on the lowest floor, and with that, an alchemist could do absolutely anything. Yakumo said that it sounded like an incredible item. She told him that there were national treasure-class weapons and armor, elixirs of immortality, grimoires containing all the world's logic, and even magic stones sealing away evil gods. She asked him if, having heard stories like that, he would also want to go check it out. Yakumo said that if that book really contained the truth of the world, he might want to read it. Almine agreed with him and said that they would get tons of money to build a mansion in the royal capital. She asked him what it was that he wanted to do. Yakumo thought about it and said that he wanted to donate to the orphanage, as he had grown up in one. Almine called him kind and said that her party was dangerous, but the payout was huge. Yakumo heard this and decided to join her party. She got excited and thanked him, saying they should get his measurements right away. Yakumo was shocked by this, and she told him that since they would be taking on tons of dangerous quests from now on, they needed to boost his defense. He asked her if she was going to make clothes for him. She agreed and wondered what material would be best. She said that maybe she would use earth dragon bones too, as it would raise magic resistance. Yakumo said that was a rare material and that he did not have money at all. She told him not to worry about the money, as it was an initial investment. She tried to move ahead, and Yakumo tried to thank her, but just then she grabbed his waist. Yakumo asked her if she was measuring there too. She said that he needed clothes that were easy to move in, so she had to do the next part. Yakumo got scared by this. 3 days later, Yakumo's clothes were completed. He found them amazing and thanked Almine. She told him that this would make it easier for him to handle high-difficulty requests. He asked her who the other party member was. She said that they should be there any minute now, as she had told them she was going to introduce him. Just then, another member burst through the door, telling everyone to pardon her intrusion. She asked Almine if this weak-looking guy was their new comrade. Almine told her that was not true, as Yakumo had an amazing skill. She introduced herself as Pern, the Berserker. She was D rank and said she was going to become S rank and defeat the Demon Lord in the future, so he should do well to remember her. Yakumo said that defeating the Demon King was a pretty amazing goal. Pern said that if she got serious, it would be an easy win, plus she had the magic clothes Almine made for her. Almine told Yakumo that the weird design of Pern's clothes was Pern's request. Pern spoke up, saying flashy clothes were way cooler, and asked Yakumo if he thought her outfit was cool. He agreed, saying it was original, which was nice. He was about to say it was a bit childish, but then corrected himself and said it was cute. Pern liked that Yakumo called it cute and said that he had a great sense of fashion, accepting him as one of them. He thanked her and asked Almine if the two of them had met at the guild. Almine confirmed this, saying they met when she took a request in Nobo's village. Back then, Nobo's village was poor and could not offer much of a reward, so very few adventurers were taking jobs there. A horde of goblins was heading for Nobo's village, and the villagers wondered what they should do. The village had materials that Almine wanted nearby, so she thought she could go there on her way. She was thinking about taking the request, but she was worried about what might happen if she went alone. Just then, Pern arrived and said she had heard the story and would help anyone in trouble. So Almine decided to head out on the subjugation quest with Pern. Since Pern was only a child and kept getting distracted by butterflies, Almine wondered if it would be okay. After a while, they spotted goblins in the bushes, resting and eating. Almine prepared to attack and used her magic to blow them away, telling Pern to get down. As the goblins flew away, Pern complimented her, saying it was amazing, but she would not lose either. Just then, a goblin fell from the sky and attacked Pern. She managed to get away, but her clothes were torn. Pern attacked the goblin with her giant hammer, asking how it dared tear her favorite outfit. As they fought the goblins, Almine said there were far more goblins than they had heard about, and Pern agreed. Just then, a giant goblin appeared. They were both frightened as it swung its giant mallet, and they ran away, realizing it was the leader, and that it was too huge. Almine asked if there was something she could use. In a hurry, she threw dynamite at random, and it exploded. Pern scolded her, telling her to look first before throwing them. When they turned back, they saw that the goblin leader was still chasing them. Pern started swinging her hammer wildly, and Almine told her to calm down. Almine then noticed that the goblin leader was not attacking them, and wondered if she had accidentally used a confusion drug when she threw the bombs earlier. Just then, Pern jumped into the air and told Almine to leave it to her. She struck the goblin on the head and knocked it out. They saw that all the goblins had been knocked out. Back in the present, Almine told Yakumo that after that, she managed to safely obtain the materials, so she made clothes and weapons for Pern. Yakumo was surprised to hear that she made a weapon as well and told her that it was amazing. She then remembered something and handed Yakumo a weapon. She said it was a magic-eating dagger she had made. She explained that the shape of the water attribute blade changed in response to the user's will, and that he could extend it or make it thick like an axe. She said its sharpness also increased depending on the amount of mana used, but changing the blade required a massive amount of mana, so the number of people who could use it was limited. She told him that she had used expensive materials to make it, but it simply would not sell. Yakumo wondered if he could master it. She told him she thought it would be fine and asked if he had the basic magic power increase skill. Yakumo said probably, which confused her. She asked if he had not appraised it, and Yakumo denied it, saying he had been hit in the head recently and that the skill he lost in childhood had reawakened. When she asked what skill it was, he told her it was magic power maximization. She asked if that was a rare skill, and he told her that his base mana capacity had increased by a ridiculous amount, so he figured that must be the case. Almine quickly searched for shelves and found her orb, saying she would appraise him. She confirmed that he had the mana maximization skill and the paper user skill. She checked his base mana and was shocked to see it at 7.25 million. She said she had never even heard of a base mana capacity like that, and that she had ended up recruiting an outrageous F-rank adventurer. She said that they should take him on a request at the Adventurers Guild. Yakumo asked if they were doing that right now. She told him she wanted to see more of how he fought, and besides, they needed to earn enough to cover his new clothes and weapon. They arrived at the Adventurers Guild and looked at the quest board. There was a dungeon exploration support request that paid 4 gold coins, but it was in the Nakomi Highlands, which was far away, and travel alone would take over 5 days. Another request was guild exclusive, so a party could not take it. Pern said that if they defeated the Demon King Zuzuzu, they would get 10,000 large gold coins. Almine said there was no way a request like that would be posted on the board. She was looking for something at least worth 2 large gold coins. She then spotted a Crystal Dragon subjugation request and said this might be good for them, as it would help build their reputation too. Yakumo was surprised to see this, saying that slaying a dragon was reckless and that they could not accept it without an A-rank adventurer. Almine said it was fine, as she was planning to invite one more person to the party. She said they should go to the tavern, where that person would likely be. They arrived at the tavern, where some drunk men called out to Almine, calling her a hottie and inviting her to drink with them. She declined, saying she did not drink. She then found the person she was looking for, named Kanako. Kanako saw Almine and told her that trying to recruit her again was a waste of time. Almine told her not to say that and said they needed her, the strongest martial artist, known by the alias Kanako the Demon Slayer. Kanako said she had figured as much, but she would not join her party, as teaming up with weak allies offered her no benefits. Almine said that was not necessarily true, as they had a promising rookie who had just joined them. She introduced Yakumo, saying he was F-rank but possessed a powerful unique skill. Kanako said that just because someone had a strong skill did not mean they were strong themselves, as some people relied too much on their skills and neglected their training, while others simply lacked combat sense. Almine said that she thought Yakumo had good combat sense as well. Kanako said that in that case, she could expect a little something from him. She put down her mug and said she would put him to the test. She told Yakumo that she was going to fight him and told him to follow her. Yakumo was completely confused by this. They went outside, where Kanako said that she wanted to fight Yakumo right there and then. She said that if Yakumo managed to land even a single hit, she would join their party. Yakumo asked if it was a mock battle, and Kanako confirmed this. Yakumo said that it was easy to understand, but he still had doubts. Kanako told him not to worry, as she would go easy on him just enough. Almine told Yakumo that Kanako possessed a unique skill called Unarmed Mastery. It was a skill that boosted attack power when fighting barehanded. Her strength was equivalent to S-rank, and she even had an alias, Kanako the Demon Slayer. Kanako told Yakumo to hurry up and attack her. Yakumo made paper daggers and launched them at her. Kanako easily dodged the daggers. Yakumo decided to double the number of daggers and attacked her. But Kanako extended her claws and said that an attack of that level was not enough. She easily cut off his daggers with her claws and told him that his attack would never hit her. She said that if he was not convinced, then he should come at her with all he had. Yakumo understood and made a large amount of daggers in the sky and launched them at her, surprising her. She told Yakumo to stop and asked what was with that amount of daggers and what was going on with his mana capacity. Yakumo told her that this was because he possessed maximum mana. Kanako was surprised to hear that, and Yakumo told her that he had just had Almine appraise it. She said that now she understood his true strength. Almine came and congratulated him, saying that making Kanako surrender like that was amazing. Kanako said that she did not surrender, she just realized that there was no point in fighting once she knew how strong Yakumo was. Almine asked if that meant she would join their party, and Kanako confirmed this, saying that she would keep her promise. Almine said that now that they had all their party members together, they should head out and slay the crystal dragon. After a while, they arrived at the Megado mountain mine, where the crystal dragon was inside. They entered the mine, and Pern told Yakumo that his face was all stiff, so she bet he was scared of the dragon. Yakumo said that of course he was scared, as he had heard that dragons were the strongest monsters. Pern said that she and the others were strong too. Yakumo said that the only monsters they had fought on the way there were slimes. He asked Almine if she had a plan, and Almine said that gravity magic should be able to suppress the dragon's movements significantly. Yakumo agreed, saying that they also needed to watch out for its ice breath attacks, as their range was wide and they dulled the sharpness of their weapons. Almine told him that he knew a lot about dragons. Yakumo explained that he had memorized all the monster data in the guild's archives, as he never knew when or what kind of monsters he might run into. Almine called him studious, and Yakumo said that his life and the lives of his comrades depended on it. Almine was in awe of this, and when Yakumo asked her what was wrong, she said that she was thinking about how glad she was that she had invited him to her party. She said that she was sure they could defeat the crystal dragon. Kanako said to leave it to her, as her claws could tear through even dragon scales. Pern said that her magical hammer was super strong too. They went deeper into the mine, and they were almost at the underground lake. They knew that the crystal dragon had been spotted near there, so they needed to stay alert. Just then, they heard a loud roar. They wondered if that was the dragon's voice, and Kanako got ready to fight. Just then, the crystal dragon arrived and towered over them. Almine got ready and told Yakumo to back her up. As Yakumo protected her, Almine charged her magic and cast gravity magic on the dragon. Yakumo saw gravity magic for the first time and was in awe. Kanako told Yakumo that now it was their turn, so they should deal some massive damage. She attacked the dragon with her claws and damaged it, continuing to attack its neck. Pern joined in too, activated her berserker mode and attacked the dragon with her hammer, but the dragon got up and attacked Pern with its claws. Yakumo moved to defend her and used his paper to cast a magic barrier of strength level 10. It protected Pern, and Yakumo was happy to see that it worked. Almine told everyone to back up as she made a giant spear and launched it at the dragon's neck. Yakumo distracted the dragon with his paper and attacked its claws with his sword, but just then he was about to get hit by its tail. Kanako jumped in, saying that she would not let it attack him. She blocked the tail with her claws. The dragon charged its breath, and Yakumo told Kanako that an ice breath attack was coming. She told him to leave the rest to her. She used her paw pad ripple palm attack and sent the dragon flying, defeating it. They had all won, and Pern said that she and the others were the strongest. Yakumo said that he did not know about the strongest, but told everyone that they were amazing. Kanako told him that he was pretty impressive himself. Almine also called him amazing and asked why he had been exiled when he could fight like that. Yakumo told her that back when he was in the Holy Sword Party, he could not materialize much paper, so he was stuck on support duty. Almine said that a competent leader would judge a member's abilities holistically, but said that thanks to that, he had joined them, so she was grateful to that leader. She asked him if he was thinking of going back to the Holy Sword Party, and he told her that he did not think he felt like doing that. He thought to himself that Curses, the leader of the Holy Sword Party who had banished him, had declared that paper user was a trash skill. He had never appreciated Yakumo's fighting style of analyzing the battlefield and providing support, but now Yakumo was actually grateful to Curses, because thanks to being exiled, he was able to meet comrades who truly acknowledged him. Back at the guild, one adventurer told another that an investigation team had gone missing in a newly discovered dungeon, and apparently all 40 people sent so far had disappeared. The other adventurer picked up the report and said that she understood, and that they, the Moonlight Guild, would accept that rescue request. The party arrived back at the Adventurers Guild, where Almine went to report that they had completed the request. The reward for slaying the crystal dragon was 2 large gold coins. After deducting expenses, Yakumo's share came out to be 4 gold coins, plus they could expect additional rewards from the crystal dragon's materials. Their combined income was over 3 large gold coins. If they were frugal, that was enough to live on for a year without doing anything. Yakumo thought to himself that this was a huge difference from when he was in the Holy Sword Party. After a few days, Yakumo gave 4 gold coins to the orphanage. Flora asked him where he had gotten this from, and Yakumo told her that it was the reward from a request he had taken recently. Flora said that this was a lot of money, and he told her that he was not donating the entire amount. Flora asked him if this was not important money he had earned while doing dangerous work. Yakumo said that it was precious money, so he wanted the orphanage to use it. He said that the building was starting to fall apart, so she should use the money for repairs and buy some new clothes for the children too. Flora thanked him and said that seeing Yakumo grow up into such a kind boy made her so proud. He left her room, thinking to himself that he would come back again once he sold the materials. Just then Lilith spotted him and asked if he had bought new clothes. He told her that he had gotten them from Almine. Lilith was confused by this, and he explained that she was the leader of the new party he had joined. She asked him if he had not been in the Order of the Holy Sword. He then told her what had happened with that and how he had joined his new group. She asked him if that was okay, as his new party took on dangerous requests. He told her that it was the same in the Order too. He explained that being an adventurer meant working side by side with risk, and that danger was exactly why the pay was so high. Lilith told him that his life was more important than money. He told her that he did not want to die either, so he would not do anything reckless. She said that she wondered about that, as when they were young and she was attacked by a goblin in the forest, Yakumo had tried to fight it with a tree branch and had gotten seriously hurt because of it. Yakumo said that she was talking about something that had happened when they were 8, and besides, it had worked out fine back then, as an adult nearby had saved them. Lilith told him that he should have just left her behind and run. He told her that there was no way he could have done that, as she was a precious friend, practically family to him. Lilith was taken aback by this and asked what kind of person Almine was. He told her that she was 1 year older than him, a C-rank adventurer, and an alchemist with a magic circle carved onto her right eye. Lilith cut him off, saying that was not what she meant. She asked about her looks, and he told her that she had pink hair and was a little taller than her. Lilith then asked if she was beautiful or more on the cute side. Yakumo said that it depended on who she asked. Lilith got annoyed by this and asked about her watermelon and whether they were bigger than hers. Yakumo answered honestly, saying he thought they were bigger than hers. Lilith got sad because of this, and he asked her why she cared so much about Almine's chest. She left, telling him to forget it and calling him an idiot. Yakumo was confused by this and wondered what was wrong with her and why she had gotten mad all of a sudden. At the Adventurers Guild, Yakumo was sitting there when Albal came, saying that he still had that gloomy look on his face, and asked him if he could not find any work. Yakumo saw that Albal was with Dazzle and told them that he planned on resting that day. He asked about them, and Albal told him that he had just finished a quest and had come to collect the reward. It had been an augur extermination. Yakumo was surprised that they had been able to take an augur extermination quest, and Albal explained that Galdi had joined their party. He explained that Galdi was the A-rank adventurer who had joined the Holy Sword Party in Yakumo's place. He continued, saying that it was what he expected from an A-ranker, as he was on a whole different level from the adventurers around there, plus he could even use dark attribute attack magic. Yakumo asked if he was a magic swordsman, and Albal confirmed it, saying that thanks to him, they had managed to snag 4 large silver coins without breaking a sweat. Yakumo thought to himself that 4 large silvers were not bad earnings for a single day's work. Albal asked Yakumo about him and said that he had seen him taking a herb-gathering quest the other day. Dazzle told him that he should not ask about that, as a solo F-rank reward was barely a single large silver coin. Albal said that even if the pay was low, being solo meant he could rest whenever he wanted, and the freedom sounded nice. Yakumo told them that he was not solo anymore and that he was actually in a 4-person party now. Albal was surprised to hear that, and said that he could not believe there were weirdos willing to take him in, adding that it was good for him. Yakumo said that it was more dangerous than being solo, but the rewards were bigger too. Albal said that a party with all F ranks would not make much money anyway, but Yakumo denied this, saying that he was the only F rank, their leader was C rank, and everyone was strong and trustworthy. Albal was even more shocked to hear this. Yakumo told him that their leader said that trust between comrades was more important than strength, and he had started thinking that way too. Albal said that even if he trusted them, it was meaningless if they were weak. Just then, a crowd gathered at the notice board, and Albal wondered if something had happened. The adventurers were discussing the party that had taken down the crystal dragon. They wondered whose party it was. They said that they did not know the leader, but they knew that Kanako, the Arranker, was with them. Alba wondered if this was about Kanako the demon killer. Yakumo asked him if he knew Kanako. Alba said that he did, as Kanako was the only Arrank among the cat people and had a unique skill called unarmed enhancement. Yakumo was surprised that he even knew stuff like that. Alba said that he memorized information on the top-tier adventurers active around there to raise his rank and earn more than he did now. Just then, Kanako came and walked up to Yakumo, greeting him. She told him that Almine was going to sell the crystal dragon materials. Yakumo said that he understood and asked about Pern. She told him that Pern was already outside and said that she wanted to split the rewards and have a victory party at the tavern. He then asked her if she was joining them too, and she said that she would, since she would get to drink afterwards. He told her that drinking too much was bad for her health, so she should keep it moderate. Albel and Dazzle were shocked by this. Yakumo left, telling Albel that he would see him later. Albel grabbed him, asking if he was in Kanako's party. Yakumo confirmed this, saying that someone else was the leader. Albel then asked if the party that defeated the crystal dragon was his, and Yakumo confirmed this and left, leaving both Dazzle and Albel stunned. Yakumo and Kanako went outside and greeted Pern, apologizing for making her wait. Pern called them slow and said that they should get going already. At the tavern, they had a party. Yakumo saw that having an A rank in the party changed how everyone looked at them, and on the contrary, having an F rank with them would just drag down their reputation. Yakumo told everyone that he had decided to take the promotion exam. Everyone got excited, with Almine telling him that it was a great idea, Pern saying that she would not lose either, and Kanako asking if it was that time of the year already. The night passed, and a few days later, on the day of the promotion exam, everyone was waiting in the open field. Yakumo was nervous as he saw that there were over 100 F-rank adventurers, and they all looked to be in their mid-teens. He knew that for everyone in his team's sake, he had to pass the promotion exam and reach E-rank. Just then, the announcer arrived, thanked the F-rank adventurers for waiting, and said that he would now explain the contents of the exam. Yakumo remembered that Almine had told him that the promotion exam would be a breeze for him now. Yakumo got ready to do this. Albel and the others were there too. The announcer apologized for keeping them waiting and told them that the objective of the E-rank promotion exam was to procure monster materials. He told them to acquire materials with a market value of at least 1 gold coin, and the time limit was 24 hours. Once they had obtained the materials, they had to return to that location. If they could fulfill the requirements, they would be granted their promotion to E-rank. Yakumo thought to himself that goblins or slimes would not cut it, but maybe a flying turtle shell could work. The announcer also told the participants that those who wished to retire had to inform the staff, as they were arranging for a magic healer. Albel and his team said that this would be a breeze. Albel thought to himself that they had the talent, so he would defeat a monster quickly and finish the exam. He pointed towards Yakumo and said that he would show him the difference in power between them. He said that Yakumo was lucky enough to join a strong party, but in the promotion exam he was on his own. He told him that some adventurers had died taking this exam. The exam began, and everyone rushed towards the forest. Yakumo thought to himself that first, he would head down to the riverbank, where there should not be many other adventurers. Just then, as he moved through the forest, he saw an adventurer fighting a silver wolf and wondered how it would go. The silver wolf attacked the adventurer, who managed to dodge but fell to the ground. As the silver wolf went for the killing blow, Yakumo stepped between them and used his magic barrier, strength level 3, to block the attack. He told the adventurer to pick up her dagger while she could. The adventurer understood, grabbed her dagger, and attacked the wolf, defeating it. Yakumo asked her if she had any potions for her injury. She said she did, and Yakumo decided to leave. The adventurer stopped him, asking if she could really have the remains of the silver wolf, as she would have died if he had not saved her. Yakumo said of course, as she was the one who defeated the silver wolf. The adventurer thanked him and introduced herself as Milfa. She asked him his name, and he introduced himself as Yakumo. Milfa wished him good luck and said she was praying for his promotion. Yakumo also wished her good luck. At night, as Yakumo rested near a campfire, he counted that he had 3 one-horned rabbit horns and 1 thunder squirrel tail. He said that his pace was not that bad and that he would stock up on the paper that took longer to materialize while he was on break. Just then, someone came from the bushes. It was Dazzle, who found Yakumo. Yakumo asked him if he needed something, and Dazzle asked if he could lend him some money, as he had defeated the crystal dragon and gotten a huge reward. Yakumo told him that he could not, as he did not have any cash on hand because he had donated the 2 large gold coins. Dazzle told him not to lie to him, as there was no way he would donate that much money. Yakumo told him that the place he donated to was the orphanage where he had grown up. Dazzle said that even so, donating 2 large gold coins was impossible, and asked if his brain had melted or something. Yakumo asked if that was really so strange, as everyone at the orphanage was like his family, and he wanted to see them happy. Dazzle got annoyed and asked how much he had. Yakumo told him that he had about 3 gold coins worth, but he wanted to use that to buy books on magic. Dazzle was confused by this, and Yakumo explained that he wanted to study magic more, as he realized he could strengthen his paper user skill. Dazzle asked if he was saying that he did not have any money to lend him, and Yakumo confirmed this, apologizing. Dazzle said he understood and said that they both should do their best on the promotion exam. He then saw Yakumo's materials on the ground and kicked them into the campfire. He then acted smug and apologized, saying his foot had just slipped. Yakumo called him out, and Dazzle told him not to get mad, as it was just an unfortunate accident. He said that Yakumo still had about 14 hours left and would figure something out. He left, and Yakumo thought to himself that this was just the kind of harassment he would expect from Dazzle. He said that maybe he should aim for some big game now that it had come to this. The next day, as the adventurers finished and talked among themselves, Dazzle told Albal that he had kicked Yakumo's materials into the bonfire, and Albal said that sounded interesting. Dazzle then said that the party that had recruited Yakumo would realize that he was just a useless paper user. Albal laughed and said that he might be right. Just then Yakumo arrived, asking if he was still on time. Albal and the others stared at him, and Nilfa was also happy to see him. Albal called out to him, asking him to show the materials he had gotten and whether he had managed to get materials worth 1 gold coin. Yakumo ignored him and asked the staff that he would like to request a material check. The staff told him that he had arrived barely in time and said that he would check his materials. Yakumo said that it was a bit large, so he would place it on the ground. He placed the giant head on the ground and told everyone that it was the head of an armored centipede. He said that he figured bringing the whole head would keep the antennae intact for materials. The staff were shocked to see this and asked him if he had defeated an armored centipede. Other adventurers also saw this and were in shock. Yakumo asked if there was any problem, and the staff said that there was not. Albal came over and asked him how he had gotten the armored centipede's head. Yakumo recalled the events. In the night, as he was running through the forest, he spotted animal tracks and knew there should be monsters around the waterfall. He then spotted a slime, but just then, the ground shook and a giant centipede burst from the ground. Yakumo recognized the monster as an armored centipede and was taken aback by it. He knew that its antennae were materials for medicine, and 2 of them would be worth more than 1 large gold coin. He knew that it was not as bad as a crystal dragon, but its fangs were poisonous, plus it was fast and had high defense. He decided to focus and fight. As the armored centipede went for an attack, Yakumo blocked it by casting a magic barrier of strength 9. He then barely dodged another attack and took out his magic sword. He sliced its legs, but the armored centipede charged another attack. Yakumo barely dodged it by jumping into the air. He then made 4-star shuriken and launched his wind shuriken attack, cutting more of its legs. As the centipede fell to the ground, Yakumo thought that it would be easier to aim for the head, but just then the armored centipede attacked again and hit Yakumo. Yakumo landed on his feet and thought that the attack had been unexpected. Thanks to his clothes, the damage was suppressed, and he could still fight. Yakumo charged at the armored centipede and sent paper at it, blocking its vision. He saw that the monster fell for it and did not give it time to peel off the paper. He turned his magic sword into a giant flaming axe and launched his giant axe flame dragon attack, cutting the centipede in 2 with tremendous force. Yakumo saw that he had defeated the armored centipede and relaxed. Back in the present, he told everyone that this was how he had defeated the monster. The staff inspected the remains and said that it was definitely the head of an armored centipede and that the antennae were not damaged at all, so it would be worth 1 large gold coin and 2 gold coins. Yakumo asked if he could be promoted to E rank, and the staff told him of course. He immediately gave him the plate that proved he was E rank. The staff told Yakumo that he had brought by far the most valuable ingredients and asked him his name. He told him that his name was Yakumo. After a month since the promotion exam, Yakumo trained with Kanako, but got defeated by her. Kanako told him that his movements were still too slow and that his eyes were looking in the direction he was attacking. She said that the strong were aware of being watched and told him to remember it. Yakumo said he was learning a lot, and she complimented him, saying he was quite dedicated to challenging her to a mock battle every day. Yakumo said he wanted to become stronger. Kanako told him that his skill had high versatility and could fight from a distance, yet he trained in close combat, and she asked him why. Yakumo explained that it was because it was easier to survive that way. For attacks that could not be defended with paper, he could conserve magic by defending himself in close combat. Kanako understood and said that if he became strong in close combat, he could use the same tactics as a magic warrior and catch them off guard. Yakumo apologized for troubling her and said it would help him if she could spar with him. Kanako said it was no problem, as the stronger her comrades became, the higher the chances of fulfilling her parents' wishes. Yakumo asked her what kind of wish that was, and Kanako explained that it was to defeat Zeldia, one of the 6 demon stars who destroyed her hometown. She was young at that time, so she did not have any attachment to the village, but it was an important hometown to her deceased parents. She explained that the 6 demon stars were executives of Demon Lord Zess and possessed overwhelming power. There were almost no guilds or parties that could fight the 6 demon stars, so she was solo. Yakumo became sad hearing this, and Kanako told him not to look so gloomy, as she had heard he grew up in an orphanage too. He said that was because his parents might still be alive. She asked him if he wanted to meet his parents, and he told her that when he was abandoned, there was a piece of paper with his name on it and 1 large gold coin. The director said that the reason he was abandoned was not money. Yakumo said that might be the reason he had 2 unique skills. It was because he had the blood of an otherworldly person flowing through him, as people from other worlds had special abilities. He said it was just a guess though. Kanako said that she would drink tonight, hoping he could meet his parents. Just then, Almine came and said that she was always drinking and told her that she needed to cut back on her drinking a little or she would break her body before she defeated Zeldia. Kanako told her that there was no need to worry, as her liver's strength came from her parents. She asked her if she had found a new job, and Almine agreed. She said that it was a request from the guild, but they should talk about it inside first over some tea. Kanako got sad, saying she preferred sake. Inside, Almine explained that a new dungeon had been discovered in the western forest, and it seemed to be quite large. Yakumo asked if the request was to explore that dungeon, and Almine denied it, saying the exploration had already been done by a survey team from the country of Rest. Almine told them that the team had gone missing, so it was their job to rescue them. She drank her tea and said it was delicious and worth using good tea leaves. Kanako got angry, telling her to get to the point rather than commenting on the tea. Almine said that 30 people in the investigation team and 10 adventurers from the team had all gone missing. She then also said that besides them, there were 40 people for the search. The Moonlight Order, the most skilled in the town of Tansa, and the Holy Sword Order were participating. Yakumo was surprised to hear this, and Almine clarified that Curses, their leader, would not be participating. Kanako thought about the Moonlight Brigade and asked if that was the guild led by an S-rank high elf. Almine said that she was Sylphil of the Silver Moon, one of the 12 heroes. Her strength was known in other countries, and bards had composed many songs about her. Yakumo thought to himself that the 12 heroes were said to be as strong as 1,000 soldiers. He said that such large guilds were participating in this request. Almine explained that the reason they came to them was because of the budget. They had hired 2 guilds and still had some budget left over. They wanted to hire a party with an A-rank adventurer to increase their chances of success, even a little bit. Kanako said that it seemed they did not have high expectations of them. Almine agreed and said that if they succeeded here, they could raise their reputation. If they could gather materials and strengthen their magic, her support would become more powerful, and the quests and rewards would increase. Kanako said that it was not a bad idea, and Almine said they might even be fighting the 6 demon stars Zeldia. She said she would contact Pern too, and the departure was in 2 days. She told Yakumo to make sure he was ready, as now he was an E-rank. Yakumo said he would prepare various papers. At the Holy Sword Guild headquarters, a lady talked to Curses as they formed the team for the rescue mission. They decided that Gardy, who had just joined them, would be the leader. Curses said that they were paying him a high salary, so he had better work hard. He sat down and got frustrated, saying that it was good they had more strong guild members, but the labor costs were a problem. The lady said that it could not be helped, as Gardy was an A-rank. The lady was the Holy Sword Brigade executive Elena, and she told Curses not to tell her that he could not pay her salary, as she was even doing behind-the-scenes work like this. Curses told her that it was fine, as the requests had increased and he had expelled Yakumo. Elena asked him why he expelled him, as she thought he was the best of the new recruits. Curses asked her what she was talking about and said that Yakumo had a unique skill, but it was not very effective. The other 3 had multiple combat skills, and Yakumo was useless and had no future. Elena said that Yakumo fought while observing the battle situation. He was a serious person, so she thought he would get stronger. Curses said that he did not know she valued him that much, but there was no doubt Yakumo was the one who should be expelled. Elena saw that he had no doubt about it. He told her to stop with her useless talks and asked about dinner with him that night. Elena said she would pass, as even if she fell in love with a human, they died quickly, so it was all so empty. She left, and Curses saw that she was still as guarded as ever. He had an evil grin and said that if he became a hero, even better women would flock to him. 2 days later, near the dungeon, Almine arrived, and Frank, one of the Adventurers Guild staff, greeted her and thanked her for accepting the request. Almine said it was like a bonus and asked about the other parties. Frank told her that they had already entered the dungeon. The Moonlight Party had 28 members, and the Holy Sword Party had 30. Both main parties had 4 members, and the rest were support members. Almine saw that they were all really dedicated and asked if that meant the situation was not good. Frank told her that it had been over 20 days since the survey team went missing. The first party that was asked to rescue them also encountered steel spiders and retreated. Kanako arrived and said that steel spiders were certainly dangerous, as some queens were over 3 meters tall and their bodies were hard and magic resistant. She asked if the survey team could have been taken out by the steel spiders. Frank told her that it did not seem like they had been wiped out, as the crystal of life glowed with the light of their survival. Kanako said that they should hurry and move in too. Frank and the other staff members thanked them, and Almine's party entered the cave. Inside the dungeon, they found 2 pathways and wondered which way they should go. Pern told them to leave this to her. She patted her hammer and dropped it. The hammer fell toward one direction, and Pern said that the survey team was over there. Yakumo asked if it was okay to decide like that. Pern said to fear the might of Pern, who also had exploration abilities. Yakumo said that putting aside her exploration abilities, he admitted Pern was amazing. Pern said that she was a talent who could become S rank. Yakumo asked her why she was aiming for S rank. She told him that she had promised Rimshara that they would defeat Demon Lord Zest together. Yakumo asked if she meant Rimshara of the 12 heroes, and Pern confirmed it, saying that Rimshara, who defeated the 6 Demon Star Garland, was the pride of Mytha Village. Rimshara told her that when she reached S rank, they would defeat the Demon Lord together, and the 2 of them would save the world. Yakumo thought about this and realized that was what she meant when she told him she would defeat the Demon Lord. He thought that it was a respectable goal. 5 hours later, they arrived at the ore part of the dungeon. Yakumo saw that there were no footprints, so this route might have been a dead end. Just then, a spider appeared, and Kanako warned everyone that it was a demon steel spider. As the spider tried to attack Almine, Yakumo cast a frozen shield to protect her. He told Almine to come behind him, and she thanked him. Kanako told everyone that besides moving in packs, these guys also, but before she could complete her sentence, the group got surrounded by a horde of spiders. All of them got ready for battle. Almine said that she wanted to conserve as much material as possible and asked the other 3 if they could fight. Pern told her to leave it to them and attack the spider with her hammer, sending it flying. As Yakumo tried to cut the spider, he saw that its shell was hard. He tried another attack, and it cut easily. He saw that Kanako had no trouble fighting the spiders and thought she was amazing, but he had his own way of fighting. He cast a sticky web attack, which trapped and caught the spider. Kanako and Pern saw that the spiders had stopped moving and decided to defeat them while they had the chance. After a while, they defeated them all. They walked away, and Kanako asked Yakumo if that was another new technique. He told her that he had prepared the paper he was researching, and it worked out well. Just then, Adol, an adventurer from the Holy Sword Order, spotted Yakumo and recognized him. Yakumo also recognized him, and Galdi, the new A rank, asked Adol if he knew Yakumo. Adol told him that Yakumo was a rookie in the guild, and that the guild master had expelled him. Galdi recognized Yakumo and told his party that they could go defeat some weak monsters, and that they would go look for the survey team as they could not do that. Kanako told Galdi that he had no discernment. Galdi recognized Kanako as the demon slayer and asked what she meant by saying he had no discernment, as he had heard that Yakumo could only materialize paper, and that they were the ones who were blind for letting such a useless rookie join their party. Almine said that she was the one who let Yakumo join the party. Other members of the Holy Sword Order arrived, and Almine said that it was perfect timing and asked them if they could convey her gratitude to the leader of the Holy Sword Order. Galdi asked what it was, and Almine told him to thank the leader for expelling Yakumo, as thanks to him, she was able to welcome strong allies into her party. Galdi asked her if she was picking a fight, and Almine said she had just said what she thought. Galdi turned away and said that they would soon realize their mistake. After they had all left, Yakumo thanked Almine for protecting him. Almine said that she had just stated the facts, and that even an A rank would soon realize Yakumo's strength. Yakumo thought to himself that he needed to be more useful to everyone. After a while, they arrived at another dead end, and Pern got annoyed, asking where the survey team members were. Almine said that based on the traces, she thought they would most likely be there. Kanako said that there was no doubt a survey team member had been there, with the cracker crumbs on the ground. Almine looked around the wall and realized that there was some kind of trick to it. She used her mixed demon cave observation magnet and spotted a hidden button. After pressing it, a secret passage opened. When they saw what was on the other side, Almine said that it looked like the ruins of an underground city and asked if the building shapes were from the Porta civilization. Yakumo asked if that was the civilization that flourished over 500 years ago. Almine told them that, fearing the revival of the evil god dolls, the king at the time built many underground cities, and that there were also rumors that treasure was hidden there. Pern got excited after hearing about treasure, saying she could buy a lot with it. Almine told her that they were hired, so even if there was any, it would not be theirs. She then said that more than treasure, they needed to find the survey team. Just then, they spotted smoke and recognized it as a smoke bomb for rescue. They saw Milfa being surrounded by undead skeleton soldiers. Yakumo jumped into battle and immediately took out 3 of them with his sweeping attack. He left the rest to Pern and thanked her. Milfa recognized Yakumo, and he told her, while protecting her from an attack, that they would talk later, as they needed to defeat the enemy first. Milfa understood, and they worked together to defeat the undead army. After they were done, Yakumo asked her if she was hurt, and Milfa said she was fine and thanked him for saving her again. He asked her why she was there, and she told him that she was a member of the Moonlight Brigade and that she was looking for the survey team when she got attacked. He asked her if she was acting alone, and she told him that there were 3 of them, but they were attacked and scattered. Almine saw the destroyed bodies of the skeleton soldiers and saw that a gem was enhancing their abilities and that their weapons and armor were also specially made. Kanako said that they were probably demons and that demons sometimes modified monsters with secret arts. Almine said that since demons were involved, they should be careful, and she decided to contact Frank. Just then, one of the skeleton soldiers got up and tried to attack Milfa. It was then impaled in the head from behind by Lady Silphiel. Milfa asked her if she had come looking for her, and Silphiel said of course, and that Yuri and the others were safe too. Silphiel asked about the others, and Milfa told her that they were the party that had saved her. Silphiel said that in that case, she should thank them. She introduced herself as Silphiel, leader of the Moonlight Brigade and an S-rank magic warrior. She said that she was one of the 12 heroes of the Gem Continent, and that they probably knew her. Yakumo said that he did not think there was an adventurer who did not know her. Silphiel gave him a cue and said that if they were ever in danger, they should contact her with it. Since they had saved Milfa, she would help them just this once. She told them to be careful, as a demon was involved in this matter. Yakumo said that he already knew this. Silphiel was surprised that he had noticed and asked that if they knew, should they not go back upstairs. Kanako denied it, saying that she would defeat the demon. Silphiel recognized Kanako as the demon slayer and said it was a strange party. Kanako told her that she should not judge her comrades by their ranks, as there might be a future S-rank among them. Silphiel told her that she was talking big and told them not to get in their way. She left with Milfa, and Almine and the others went in a different direction. Yakumo spotted a statue of the god of war, Baldal, who in the myths fought the evil god dolls and died. Just then, Almine called him and asked if he could make a staircase there. He did as he was asked, and there was a lock on the wall that Almine opened with her all-purpose magic key. When the door opened, they found people trapped inside. Almine asked if they were from the survey team, and they confirmed it. They asked her if they were there to save them, and why there were only 4 people. Almine told them that besides them, there were 28 members of the Moonlight Brigade. The survey team told her that it was not enough, as there were over 500 demons and enhanced skeleton soldiers who had captured them. He told her that the demon Degrid seemed to be a direct subordinate of one of the 6 demon generals, Zeldia. All the adventurer guards were killed, and they were fitted with collars that would sever their heads if they resisted. What was left of them were 23 people there. Almine saw this and tried to think of something. The scene shifted to the Holy Sword Brigade team members, who were having trouble fighting against the skeleton soldiers. Adol told Galdi that 2 of them were down, and that these skeleton soldiers were not normal. Galdi got frustrated that his team was being taken out so easily. He launched his dark magic orb attack and destroyed a skeleton soldier. He said that they would find the survey team before the Moonlight Brigade did. A demon arrived and asked them who they were. Galdi told him that he was an adventurer from the Holy Sword Brigade and asked the demon if he was the one who strengthened the skeleton soldiers. The demon confirmed it and said that he was Degrid. He asked them if they were okay. Galdi asked what he meant by okay. Degrid took out his sword and stabbed Galdi in the shoulder, saying that it meant he no longer needed slaves. Back to Almine's party, Yakumo used the cube to call Sylphiel. She asked why they needed help already. Yakumo told her that they had found the survey team and that they were in a hidden room in the southern temple. He said he thought he should tell her this, as it seemed demons were involved. Sylphiel said she understood and told him to wait, as she would come to him. After a while, Sylphiel and her team came, and Almine informed them about the situation. Sylphiel said she understood and that the Moonlight Brigade would accompany the survey team to the surface. She told Corinne, a member of her brigade, that she would take command. Corinne was surprised by this, and Sylphiel told her that rescue was the top priority and that she should bring all the members with her. Corinne asked her what she would do, and Sylphiel said she would take care of the demons, as it would be a pain if they followed them. Corinne was shocked to hear that she would fight alone, and Sylphiel said it would not be a problem, as it was not one of the 6 demon generals, so she could instantly kill one demon. Corinne told her that Degrid's strength was unknown and asked how many skeleton soldiers there were. Kanako told her that there were more than 500 and told Sylphiel that even for her, it would be too difficult to do it alone. Sylphiel said she was one of the 12 heroes, and it did not matter to her how many small fry monsters there were. Just then, Nilfa came with a report from the surface and told Sylphiel that the Holy Sword Guild had been attacked by the demons and was almost completely wiped out. Sylphiel asked how many were killed, and Nilfa told her that 28 people were killed and that the survivors were Gardi and 1 B-rank adventurer. Sylphiel asked what they were doing, as she had heard they were a capable guild, but this was pathetic. Yakumo was shocked to hear that 28 people were killed. Corinne told Sylphiel that Degrid's strength was beyond what they had expected, and she thought it would be better if they acted together. Sylphiel agreed, saying it could not be helped. She told Yakumo and Kanako to come with her. Yakumo asked her if that was okay, and Sylphiel told him that it was a hero's job to protect the weak. They all left and Pern came to Yakumo, asking if Sylphiel was that strong. Yakumo told her that Sylphiel was an S rank and one of the 12 heroes. Pern said that she had her beat in both bust and height. Yakumo told her that Sylphiel was strong, and that even now, she was completely on guard. Pern saw her and said it looked like she was letting her guard down. She said that she was not letting her guard down, and said that Kanako was sharp, and had a way of knowing what was going on without seeing. Pern said she could not do it, and Yakumo said he could not do it either. Just then, Sylphiel noticed that there was an enemy attack. She told Corinne that she was counting on her to defend the survivors, as she would finish this quickly. She charged ahead at the skeleton soldiers' army,